Shalom Uvracha. It was only last week that I was sitting with someone and I mentioned to them that they've become very tense and it's very difficult to deal with them. The person said to me, I feel fine. I'm not stressed out. My work's okay. My marriage is good. My relationship with my kids is excellent. I don't see what you're saying. I said, no, you're really tense. You really come off as very tense. The person didn't understand. You see, I wasn't speaking about their stress or their blood pressure or anything like that. I was mentioning that they're very, very much caught up in a past tense, future tense issue, that many people long to be back where they used to be many years ago when things were just right, or people long to be in the future when this situation will be past and they'll be on this wonderful plateau that won't feel like this experience. And of course, being in either tense means that you're not here in the present where we have to be, where we have to focus our energy, where we have to consolidate and live practically. One of the interesting teachings that comes out from this is something that we see a lot in self-help and in terms of counseling, is that when somebody says, I want something, it means normally that they don't have it. The very statement, I want something, implies a lack of that thing being in their lives. And so people say, for example, I want to have a better marriage. I want to get healthy. I want to quit smoking. I want to have a better relationship with my children. I want to learn more Torah. The problem is that that statement, I want, is really only enforcing the lack thereof. Of course, it's good to call out to Hashem and it's good to focus on what our desires are. However, we need to begin the reframing of that. The reframing of that is, of course, I am considerate to my health. I am working on becoming a better person. I am a great parent. I am in a great relationship. I am learning Torah. I am focused. Doesn't mean necessarily that all of the details match up and they're always perfect. But from our side, we have to try and transcend the area between wanting to make a change towards the good and seeing ourselves as active participants in that change. It's a very, very difficult thing to do because very often we have a tendency to aggrandize a situation that's not positive or to realize that we're not necessarily as negative as we're making ourselves out to be. But within that, there's a healthy room to understand who we are, to have self-understanding and say, what I'm trying to do is healthy, it is positive. And largely, one is able to make the changes in one's life by positive affirmation. For example, saying, I'm a non-smoker, or I go to the gym, or me and my partner work on our relationship, or I take time to focus on my children. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's all honeymoons and perfection. But at the same time, it does shift the focus from I don't have and I would like to have to I am an active participant and I am trying to make that happen. If we don't do that, we end up often falling into being very tense. We're either in a past tense when things were different because the situation isn't as it is now, or in a future tense that one day it won't be like this and we'll be in a better place. Maybe not. Doesn't seem like time travel for most people happens except in a forward sense. What we should do instead is try to take control of our here and now, and what we're able to do now, we should celebrate. If we're able to learn a little bit, we should be able to praise ourselves and say, it's great that we're able to learn. If we're able to take time out of our day to have self-reflection, to have exercise, to have the ability to focus on our relationships, and just to celebrate that, to celebrate the fact that we're conscious, we're actively creating, and hopefully we'll have many blessings, we'll have a lot of success in the things that we want to have, and hopefully everything in our lives will become better the more that we become active and in tune with creating it and being a partner with Hashem in creating His world. And the way we do that is by first taking control of our world, our inner world, and our externalities, making our world look the way we want it to. And hopefully through that we can start to have a better world for everybody. And Miyat Hashem.